And now for lesson 8-3, we have writing equations. For further information, please look at pages 339 to 343. Okay, let's start with the example. Here we have the example, where we have to focus on the wording because we're writing equations, right? We're writing equations based on words. And so we have to pay attention to words such as product, quotient, sum, or difference, okay? The product of a number and 6 is 36. So the product of a number, we don't know the number, and 6 is negative 36, right? And solve an equation to find the number. You can see here that the product, so both numbers are being multiplied. This is why we say the product, okay? So we have 6 times a number, because those are the factors that's going to give me a product, is negative 36. So 6 times n, or 6x. And then this is our equation. We solve for our equation by isolating the variable and using the division property of equality, and we divide on both sides. Okay, when you divide a negative by a positive, it's still a negative, so n is negative 6. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Okay, so you're being asked to do 16 to 18 on your own. Let's look at them first together. Okay, let's look at 16. Okay, let's do 16. We have Toya bought some fruit for $5 and 3 boxes of cereal and spent a total of $17. Okay, so far I'm understanding that we spent a total of $17. So that's my total. Okay, my total. And I know that I spent $5 in addition to 3 boxes of cereal. Okay, so I know that I have plus $5. Remember, this is my total dollar amount here of $17, and here's my additional $5 that I spent. But I also spent 3 boxes of cereal. I don't know how much my cereal cost, but I do know that I have 3 boxes of cereal. So 3 boxes of cereal, 3 times the number of the price of the cereal, plus $5 is going to be 17. Now let's solve. We have to do the reverse order of Pemdas. So first I'm going to subtract. Okay, I'm going to subtract a 5. So minus 5, which means minus 5 on this side. That gives me 12 on this side. The 5 is gone, and the 3c remains. Now I'm going to use division property of equality and divide the 3 out and divide the 3 on this side. So that leaves me with the c equals 4. So let's see, does that make sense? 3 times 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17. Yes, it makes sense. Okay, now we have 17. 6 less than twice a number. 6 less than twice a number. I know is 17, right? Sorry, it is negative 22. So I know is negative 22. Okay, and we're saying 6 less than twice a number. So 6 less than twice a number. Okay, there's your equation. We have to really become good at understanding how to write algebraic expressions, okay? Simply by reading. Now, you don't match it. You don't write the 6 less first, then you write times 2 a number. Okay, you don't mix it around. You have to figure out that when we say 6 less is taken away from another number. So it's 6 less than this number. So this gets flip-flopped, okay? It gets switched around, because when you take away from a number, the number you're taking away is the second expression, or the next expression, not the first. So that's why it's written like this, okay? Okay, go ahead and solve that. Now let's look at 18. Noelle spent $36 on books and pens. She spent $12 more on books than she did on pens. How much did she spend on books? So she spent $36 on books and pens. That's our total, right? She spent $36 on books and pens. Now, she spent $12 more on books than she did on pens. Now, the way I understand this is that she bought pens, right? She bought some pens. And she bought some books. And on those books, she spent an additional $12. Then the pens. So then she bought some books, which were the price of the pen, plus 12. Okay, so this right here is the price of the books. Do you see that? And this right here is the price of the pens. Okay? Now try to make sense of this. If it doesn't make sense to you, ask me in class. But this is what it's saying. It's saying she spent $36 and she spent $12 more on books than she did on pens. So here's your pen plus $12 is the price of books. Okay, that's what she spent. And she also spent just on pens. So we have two P's. You see them? These two P's. We have two P's. Plus 12 is 36. Again, if this doesn't make sense to you, please ask me in class. Go ahead and solve this.